Homecoming is right around the corner here at PVAMU, and for the students and alumni coming back to campus, this means a week full of events capped off by the football team playing at their home turf of Panther Stadium, a place where for many years they were met with this eviction notice. This past weekend, Prairie View A&M University participated in the 2023 HBCU Cactus Jack Baseball Tournament, and it provided much needed attention to some hidden jewels in the baseball world. The PVAMU baseball team returned to action this past Friday against Alcorn State in the first of a 3-game series, a game that featured an all-around great performance leading to a dominating 17-0 win by PV. The second game on Saturday came with a bit more of a challenge as the Panthers got down late in the game to Alcorn, but it was a 2-run RBI by outfielder Damari Smith that led to a late game rally, allowing PV to come back and win 10-9. A win, however, that gave head coach Riggins cause to pause.
Today was basically saying we have to be better. We have to be better against soft throwing lefties, the ball that runs away from us. We got to be able to make those adjustments and hit the ball the other way. This is the second weekend in a row that we struggle with someone that's throwing soft with the ball running away from us. So that's pretty much what the meeting was all about. I'm happy we got the win, but I'm not happy on how we played. So we got to get back to the drawing board tomorrow and be better. We're competing and understanding how to hit and focusing on getting the job done when we face these little soft-throwing lefties.
A warning of things to come, as the Panthers were again down early in the last game of the series on Sunday, as they would dig themselves a hole that they sadly just couldn't climb out of. A loss that left Coach Riggins with few words.
Just can't keep on living. 75 beers. Right? You gotta be disciplined to play. You have to be disciplined.
Although the 5-game winning streak was ended, the Panthers look to get back to their winning ways this Tuesday against the University of Houston. This is Caleb Carter reporting for the Panther Sports Zone. Good day here at Prairie View A&M University, and as you can see, students are still making their way to and from class. And for most of them, E.M. Norris Street behind me has been their rite of choice. Ernest Michelle Norris, a former agricultural professor at PVAMU and a pioneer of his era. But not only was Norris an intellectual, but also an astute businessman.
So he started a company with some other gentlemen called Gable Investments. So they had a business office that housed the Greyhound bus station. So they were the first African-American agents of the Greyhound bus station, and that was in Prairie View.
Norris would also become the first professor from Prairie View to buy his own property rather than live on campus. And though most current students are just trying to make a simple trip to class, for others, like Miss Lisa Stafford, this street means much more.
And one of the childhood memories I have of them is Halloween. At Halloween, we would always that was always like the farthest place we would go, and my dad would drive us over to their house. And we would go and trick-or-treat at their house. And Mrs. Norris would always invite us in. She'd let us have some hot chocolate.
A street that is as rich in history as the university on which it resides. On E.M. Norris Street, this is Caleb Carter from KPVU TV. So as the Panther football team looks to defend their home turf, this time around, they'll be doing so with a bit more motivation to kick their opponents off the yard, using that, quote, landlord mentality. From the Office of Alumni Affairs, this is Caleb Carter. It was only 5 days ago that Louisiana Congressman Mike Johnson was elected to be the new Speaker of the House following an unprecedented removal of former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Johnson, a lower-profile congressman who now assumes the role of Speaker, recently spoke with Fox News' Sean Hannity, where Johnson introduced the world to his intentions moving forward. Johnson touched on many hot subjects in the interview, including his stance on gay and abortion rights, his efforts to change rules that allow a Speaker of the House to be removed, and most extensively, his demands for government funding. When asked for his thoughts on U.S. support for Israel, Johnson told Hannity, we're not just printing money to send it overseas. We're going to find the cuts elsewhere to do that. Hello and welcome to Alumni Affairs Television, partnering with KPVU TV. I'm your host, Caleb Carter, and Homecoming on the Hill has just wrapped up. And let me tell you, I know we all had a great time because homecoming at an HBCU is one of those times of the year where you get to come together, students and alumni alike, to celebrate the laughter, the tears, and all-around beautiful moments that were had right here on Prairie View A&M University. And though homecoming is a regular occurrence for many, it isn't often that your school is the home of a Team USA boxer, of an 8-0 prime heavyweight fighter, and a new signee of Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions. That's right, Darius Fulgham, a graduate of the nursing program here at PVAMU, stopped by the studio to talk about how he balanced his boxing career during his time in college.